Discover the power of determination and resilience. We'll guide you through finding courage in your crisis. Have you ever faced a storm so fierce that you felt like you couldn't go on? A moment where the weight of life's challenges became overwhelming, leaving you lost and searching for answers? Know this: you are not alone. Everyone faces crises, some visible and others hidden deep within. But those challenges are not meant to break you. They're designed to reveal the strength and courage within you. Today, we're diving into Courage in Your Crisis, an empowering exploration of how faith and action can transform your trials into triumphs. Together, we'll discover how to embrace God's guidance, reflect on biblical wisdom, and take practical steps to rise above any storm. So, take heart, because your breakthrough is within reach. A crisis can come in many forms: a sudden loss, a failed relationship, a devastating diagnosis, or even the quiet ache of feeling like you're not enough. In those moments, it's natural to feel shaken, uncertain, and even hopeless. But let me tell you this: your crisis is not the end. It's a chapter, not the conclusion of your story. Crises have the unique ability to test who we are, to shake the foundations of our lives. But they also present an opportunity. They force us to pause, to reevaluate, and to lean into something, or someone, far greater than ourselves. No matter how dark the valley, remember, you do not walk it alone. The struggles you face today are not meant to punish you, but to prepare you for something greater. When the winds of life threaten your peace, faith becomes your anchor. Faith is a steady force that assures you, even when you don't understand the why behind your crisis, that God is working for your good. He has a plan for you, a plan to prosper you, not to harm you. Remember the stories of David, Daniel, and Esther. David, a young shepherd boy, faced a giant. Daniel walked into a lion's den. Esther stood before a king, risking her life. What did all these heroes of faith have in common? They trusted in God, not because they knew how everything would work out, but because they believed in the one who holds the outcome. That same faith resides in you. In moments of fear and uncertainty, don't lean on your own strength. Lean into the promises of God, for His strength is made perfect in your weakness. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting in spite of it. It's standing firm when every voice around you says, "Give up." It's taking that next step, even when the path is unclear. Courage doesn't mean you won't feel afraid, it means you refuse to be ruled by that fear. True courage often springs from the realization that your power alone is limited. When you surrender your fears and place your trust in God, it opens the door to divine strength. Remember, as Joshua 1:9 says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Courage is a choice. It's a daily decision to rise, to hope, and to keep moving forward, no matter how heavy the weight of your crisis may feel. The first step toward courage is clarity. Take a moment to assess the situation you're facing. Identify the challenges. Acknowledge the emotions. Take stock of the resources and relationships available to you. Next, decide to act. Often, we get stuck because we're overwhelmed, unsure of what to do next. Start small. Ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today to ease this burden? Maybe it's a phone call, a prayer, or even a moment of rest to regain strength. Don't let fear paralyze you. Each small action is a stepping stone toward overcoming your crisis. And remember, faith without works is dead. God blesses our steps, not our stagnation. So move forward, trusting that He is guiding you with every step you take. God has not left you unequipped to deal with your crisis. He has provided tools, both spiritual and practical, that you can use to rebuild hope. Prayer and reflection. Take time to connect with God through prayer. Let His word be a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Listen, not just for answers, but for the peace that only He can provide. Journaling. Write out your fears, your thoughts, and your prayers. Sometimes, putting them into words helps you see the situation more clearly and reveals the growth you may not have noticed. Community and support. Reach out to those who uplift you. Whether it's your church, family, or trusted friends, don't isolate yourself. God often works through others to carry out His promises. Beyond these tools, don't shy away from practical strategies. Manage your time wisely. Create a plan to tackle the challenges and learn to delegate or say no where necessary. God calls us to be good stewards of all He gives us, including our energy and resources. Hope is the flame that keeps you going in the darkest night. Even when the struggle feels unbearable, hope lifts your eyes beyond your current situation and reminds you that this too shall pass. Picture your life beyond the crisis. What does it look like? Envision the goals you want to achieve, the healing you will experience, and the testimony you'll one day share. These images can fuel your hope and serve as a reminder that God's promises are waiting on the other side of your struggle. Set small, achievable goals for today, this week, this month. Celebrate every achievement, no matter how small, for each is a step closer to turning the page on this chapter of your life. Throughout history, God has shown His faithfulness through countless stories of triumph. One of the most powerful is the story of Job. Stripped of everything, his health, his wealth, and his family, Job experienced unimaginable loss. Yet, he remained faithful, trusting that God was still good. And in the end, God restored Job's life, doubling his blessings. Like Job, your story isn't over. Your pain is not meaningless. We serve a God who specializes in turning ashes into beauty, mourning into joy, and setbacks into comebacks. You are not defined by the crisis you're in. You are defined by the God who strengthens you to overcome it. Your crisis has a purpose. I know that might feel impossible to believe right now, but Scripture reminds us that all things work together for the good of those who love Him. Not just the good times or the easy moments, all things. Trials refine us. They teach resilience, foster wisdom, and prepare us to help others who may walk the same road. Perhaps the very thing you're struggling with today is equipping you for a mission, a calling, or an opportunity to make a difference in someone else's life. Don't waste the pain. Instead, ask God to reveal what He wants to teach you through it. Trust that no tear, no heartache, and no hardship is ever wasted in His hands. When we take courageous steps forward, not only do we begin to heal, but we also inspire others to do the same. The courage you cultivate in your crisis has the power to ripple outward, touching lives and lifting others in their darkest moments. Seek ways to give back, even in the midst of your trial. Volunteer. Offer a listening ear. Share your story when the time is right. Helping others doesn't just impact their lives, it strengthens your own. Service is one of the most powerful ways to grow in faith, hope, and courage. As we bring this journey to a close, I want you to hear this loud and clear. You were made for more than this moment of crisis. You were made for victory, designed for purpose, and equipped with the courage to see it through. Though storms may rage around you, let your faith be your foundation. Lean on God, trust His plan, and take the small daily steps toward healing and growth. Your courage, combined with His strength, will see you through. So, rise in courage, stand firm in faith, move forward with hope. Your story isn't finished yet, and the next chapter holds promises beyond your imagination. Go forth boldly, knowing that God is with you, always. Remember, whatever you face today, He has already overcome the world. Your courage is not just for you, it's a light for others and a testament to the unfailing grace of God. Let that light shine, even in your darkest hour. Be strong, be courageous, and never give up. The best is yet to come.